This is Duelist bringing you unscheduled but sanctioned Chaos March action here on Sunday night. MK2C for Yeti, Cougar C for the other guy, Black Lantern D for Silver, and Bob's and a Duchy E on the first of two on TC Dune. To oppose them, Burner's got Firehound and a Thor B, Halo and a Cougar E, Marius and a Mad Cat E, and Burner and a Duchy F. Not a lot of lambs there, a lot of firepower. This could be anybody's game. This will be a very interesting match to watch. Both teams have good range. Both teams have experienced players along with some rookies. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Marius will be acting as drop commander, I am sure, for this team, and he's in a mech. His strong point is a battle armor, but every now and then the drop list doesn't allow that, so he'll be in here. He is more than capable, even when he's in a mech. I, as an average player myself, still have a very hard time battling with Marius. He is an excellent pilot, and he is a super excellent pilot as battle armor. So the defending Scythe Trembre Capellan Partisans team, trying to hold the last stage of the desert and either slow down or completely stop the advance on planet Sarna from the Duchy of Small, Lead, and big state third-party actor-backed fleet for moving into the plains, which would be the first populated area of the campaign and the first and the third and final stage of the ultimate goal of taking back Sarna and giving them a base to work with in the Chaos March. The team's holding up inside of this base. Let's swap out and see what their competitors are doing. Competitors have set up in the rocks near the middle. The attacking team here you're looking at. And Silvercraft taking off and taking a look around. Silvercraft, one of the preeminent elite scouts of the game, able to utilize terrain and maneuvering to do damage and escape. He is acting as the drop commander for this battle. Setting up around his team. He and Flopper have the arcs, which means they have the ability to fire off a timed 60-second missile, which then, if it lands, paints the enemy target location, and all of that team's missiles, if they're within range and have radar on, will home in. So they are definitely going for a long-range engagement. They do not want to get caught up close because only the Duchy has the ability to do significant damage in a close-range fight. These two teams are utilizing clan technology, clan versus clan. They were able to select from the entire list, and these are the lists that they came up with for this 8-player battle. The defenders have now located their target and are in prime position to defense, even without anti-missile systems built into their mechs, are able to defense against the missile attack. And now that they likely know what they're facing, they drop into the water, which will make them hard to see and will make them have lots of cover. Excellent heating efficiency here. It's called Dune, but there are two bodies of water. This is the much larger. We began the battle at 8400. The two teams will have 30 minutes to combat. They're going to utilize their water here to hide them. They have the standard radar off, so they have the inability to see the enemy and won't get missile warnings on radar, but at the same time they will not show up for 1/3 of the distance that they normally would be detected at. They're asking Marius to utilize his enhanced optics and he's able to leave his radar on because he has a package called GECM, which reduces his radar signature by 50% and increases the time it takes for the enemy to lock missiles onto him. So he's, for all practical purposes, their scout. Doesn't quite see them on radar. Visually, you can see we can barely see the name up there. They're at enough range. He's being careful because while he's out of the range of that NARC missile, is what that missile painting missile is, he still doesn't want to get too close or expose himself much, because you can still get a manual lock using the mech that carries the Arrow 4 missiles. They continue to move in the water. Burner and Firehound and Halo are holding back. Marius has a very powerful mech at medium range here. His ATMs and ERPPCs. His ERPPCs will cancel out that missile that they have. So, utilizing teamwork, he can either fire it down here on the ground where we're looking, and that'll destroy the tracking missile, or he can fire at one of his teammates. So that puts the effects of the long-range missiles at bay. But there are two missile launchers two arc launchers between the Cougar and the Black Lantern, and so if they coordinate together, while they might be able to cancel one, they'll still be able to get salvo missiles in if they fire off a second missile. Marius, now seeing that it's safe for his team to proceed, now moves up. You see, they've asked Flopper and Silver to move up and try and get the NARC off, and the missiles are now away. Silvercraft taking a nasty hitting. Flopper needs to get to cover here. His NARC missile active, PPC's gone, and Flopper will get some LRMs. They're attempting to set up crossfire, focusing on Marius's Mad Cat, which is probably the most dangerous asset they have, followed closely by the Duchy. We can see Firehound and Halo firing back. They're completely focusing on Bob, and they should be able to get in and negate the Arrow 4 missiles, at least from that direction. But the MK2 location is unknown right now. Bob has more than enough firepower to take on that light. The combined power of the light and the heavy, however, may be too much to overcome. Bob will probably be going down here, although he now has missile cover, an excellent strategy by the attackers to split up their arrow launchers, and they're now going to rain arrows heavily while the Mad Cat continues to set up in a different direction. The Mad Cat is down, oh my! An impressive kill early. Bob may go down, but if he can do enough damage here, that still might be enough firepower out there. They're trying to get behind these rocks for missile cover. Silvercraft and Flopper now attacking from the sides. They're doing an excellent job of setting up crossfire right now. As you can see, Firehound trying to get to cover a bit. Silver and Flop are doing an excellent job right now of crossfire and utilizing the NARC missiles so that they can't focus on any one target. Flopper now taking a couple of hits. Burner, with Marius dead, telling his team to move into cover. Burner acting as the drop commander now that Marius has fallen. When a player dies in a match, they're no longer allowed to communicate with their team. Yeti continues to get off some arrow shots. And that MK2 has some okay backup weapons. Burner is going to try and move in to get that MK2 down. They've taken some pretty good hits. Remember, they don't have anti-missile systems of their own. Now Yeti moving in, and Yeti hopefully has some backup firepower, because it looks like Bob may be down. Nope. Bob and Burner going at it. Bob attempting to do what he can, having lost the arm though, loses a significant amount of his firepower, and the long-range advantage they once had has completely been eradicated. The Arrow 4 MK2 is not in close enough range to attack. Silvercraft has an advantage over this Cougar at this range. And now that leaves Burner and Bob even damaged, though with his combined firepower from his teammates should be able to take down Burner, but Burner still might be able to take down perhaps the MK2. They'll need to reposition the MK2 out as far as they can. Let Bob and Silvercraft move in. Flopper now getting his missile narc on, but his missiles will do him. He has to arc them. He does a nice job, and now escaping. Excellent maneuvering and communication. Silvercraft and Flop are doing an excellent job, only exposing one of themselves at a time against Burner. Bob slowly trying to probably move out back to range, and they're going to try and make some of these Arrow 4 missiles work. Yeti needs to get out. Yeti is too close to use his main weapons, so Burner will take advantage of this fact. Silvercraft and Flopper continue to make hit and run moves, while they're probably telling the MK2 to move back as far as it can to get some missile locks. Burner doing a good job of fighting the mechs and taking damage, moving his torso to spread which areas of his mech take fire. Bob is now down, so Burner down. Burner did a good job of taking out Bob, but ultimately the firepower and the outstanding maneuverability, hit and runs, and coordination ultimately lead to the victory, and Burner and his team will be able to regroup and try to get victory on the second battle and final battle of the evening, which we will start momentarily. Thank you for watching the Chaos March Network.